founder of Grace and Green. We're a sustainable and ethical period care brand proudly based in the heart of Bristol. So my background spans a decade working in the water and sanitation sector, specialising in international development, climate change and social policy. It was working in the sector that I first realised that the hygiene sector presented huge challenges. For example, one sanitary pad, conventional sanitary pad, contains up to 90% plastic. Now that's the equivalent of 4 to 5 plastic bags. And plastic applicators, just like this one, are now the 5th most commonly found item on British beaches. The period care industry is also largely unregulated, and that means that large multinational companies can get away with riddling their products with man-made synthetic fibres, toxics and chemicals. It was only last month it was discovered that pesticide levels in tampons were 40 times the level of legal limit of drinking water. And that's super shocking. But shame and stigma is still very much associated with this topic. And coupled with a current cost of living crisis, means that period poverty is still very much in existence today. So my friends, I think we can safely say that periods aren't just a women's health issue. They're an everybody human issue. And whether we have them or not, they affect us all, in our lives, in our homes, and in our daily lives. So our mission is to be a challenger brand. We're focused on 3 core pillars. Firstly, our aim is to provide sustainable and healthy products that don't damage or exploit our natural world. We're here to make them accessible and affordable, making sure everyone, everywhere has access to safe but also reliable hygiene. And we're here to make them acceptable by changing the negative language and taboo associated with that topic. So our company is constructed as an omni-channel approach. We have Grace and Green, which we have developed to be a core period care brand. We have a mix of online subscriptions, stockists and growing B2B partnerships. Then we have Period Dignity, which we have developed to be a leading education and workplace programme. So aside from putting in award-winning period provisions, we also accompany this with trailblazing education. And last but not least, we have our own IP and technology, which will redefine the hygiene sector and beyond. Period products should be as commonplace as toilet paper and soap. And thankfully, many businesses now agree. And we're supplying to over 600 organisations across the UK, from law firms to FTSE 100 companies, and that also includes 68 universities and colleges. We're also listed on the government frameworks to help and support local councils combat period poverty. We're now supplying to 50% of Welsh councils, and we're winning contracts of upwards of £300,000 in tenders. We're also, really excitingly, actually moving into retail for the very first time. So we were listed with Planet Organic last year, and most recently have been stocked with Boots, and we're in 150 stores nationwide. And really excitingly, we're also moving into the world of sports too. So we've got a partnership now with London FA, and we're also moving into other sectors such as tennis, netball and rugby. We've done and achieved all of this by sticking to our principles. So we use certified organic materials and biodegradable packaging. We donate 2% of our revenue, that's revenue not profit, towards combating period poverty. And we're also a B Corp. So we scored a B Corp score of 146.5 points, which makes us the highest scoring B Corp in the world for organic period care. Last year, we achieved 40% growth, and we reached revenue just shy of 1.7 million. And now we're really rapidly scaling to reach our projected forecast of 12 million by 2028. And the most exciting bit is that we're just getting started, because we won a government smart grant to develop new innovations. So we're developing new material absorbency and incontinence technology, and I can tell you a lot more about that at the booth. And this is really exciting R&D. It's ours with 100% ownership. So just finally, I'm going to leave you today with 2 simple asks. Firstly, if you're an investor and would like to back a really meaningful company, we'd really love to hear from you. We're just closing out a £1.5 million raise and we've got 1.35 already pledged, so there's still opportunity to come alongside. Secondly, all of you here works for a company, perhaps knows a school, a football club, a charity, a coffee shop. All of these places and spaces deserve really exceptional period provisions that are sustainable and healthy. So if you are able to open up that door, we would also love to hear from you. Thank you so much.